Yo, so there's one mistake I've made many fucking times when it comes to starting to see momentum. This could be either in my actions or in the results I'm producing from my actions, right? I could be creating momentum in my sales. I could be creating momentum in new followers, or I could be creating momentum in how many cold calls I'm making. I could be creating momentum in how much content I'm producing. So momentum could be either your actions or your results. But regardless, there's this mistake that I've made many times when it comes to when I would start to see momentum, and then I would get distracted by other areas in which I'm not having momentum, right? If I'm producing a lot of content, I start to get distracted and think, maybe I should be spending this time, rather than spending 2 hours on my content, I could be spending those 2 hours making 2 hours more worth of cold calls. Or I could be spending 2 hours worth more of socializing with strangers and improving my social skills. Or I could be spending those 2 hours more on my health, whether it be 2 hours more of working out or 2 hours more of sleep per day. I start to get distracted by all these other areas I also want to improve, in which I'm not having momentum, rather than doubling down on the area in which I am having momentum and improving that and cutting down the life cycle on that, right? If it's one video per day, shortening the amount of time it takes to produce one video per day. I could either reduce that amount of time in editing, get better at editing, or systematize my editing. I could systematize my scripting. I could cut down how much time I spend on scripting. I could reduce the amount of time I make video drafts, right? Rather than recording 10 shorts just to get that perfect short, I could bring that down to 5. Or I could set a certain standard where it's like, okay, do I need this extra information in a video? Where do I really need this extra information in a short or a video that I accidentally left out? I forgot to mention, right? Cutting down that life cycle of the momentum that it takes of creating that momentum, right? Cutting down how fast it takes you to go from a cold call to a sale, right? Or to go from a repeated follow-up call on an existing client to the next sale. Or systematizing that, right? Automating stuff, right? Cutting down that life cycle on the momentum, rather than starting to see momentum, not automating it, not systematizing it, not doubling down, not improving your skills, and then jumping over to some other area that does not have any momentum, right? And I've made this mistake many fucking times. I would post three pieces of content per day on all social media, and then I would think, I'm spending 2 hours on this content per day. Maybe I should remove some of that time in order to focus more on working out, where I'm failing at working out, or where I'm failing on my nutrition. How can I improve my nutrition? Or if I don't think I'm socializing with strangers enough, maybe increase the amount of time that I'm spending socializing with strangers and improving my social skills, right? There's so many areas I want to improve, but when you have momentum, the last thing you want to do is jump ship from that momentum and jump to some other area that you also want to improve, in which it does not have momentum. You want to double down on the area in which you are having momentum, cut down that life cycle, bring it closer, spend less time producing the same amount in the same quality, and then with the extra time that you've created, you can now spend that time either improving that momentum even more, improving the action you're getting momentum in even more, or spending that time allocating that time over to some area that does not have as much momentum or no momentum at all. Look, my name is Herson Villatoro. If you like this video, let me know. You can also send me a text. Phone number is 573-524-0597. You can send me a text there. You can give me a call. Whatever time it is. I don't care who you are. If you want to send me a text, send me a text. All those texts to that number go directly to me. 573-524-0597. Hope you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.